We have TMNT Journeys 3 by Peter Laird, Jim Lawson and Eric Talbot. This came out at the end of last month, and we have another Jim Lawson cover painted by Michael Dooney. The turtle on the cover is Raphael, if you are wondering about that. Credits a little reason to show them because I use the real names anyway. This reprints issue 3 of the 4th Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle series. This was originally released in April 2002, and we open to Venezuela. Much like some of the parts in issues 1 and 2, this scene doesn't give us much to go on. We have a team of explorers. They are in the jungle, and they are looking for a dinosaur-type beast, as seen here. And instead, they encounter another mysterious life form, an alien of some kind, which either incinerates them or teleports them away. That is the level of clarity I am often having with this series. But I will say, great detailed art. Jim Lawson with inks by Peter Laird and Eric Talbot. Don't know which of the two do which pages. That is one thing about the Mirage Studios crew. They did blend together and match a style well. So then, here is our cover feature. Raphael, along with Donatello and Casey Jones, they are working on restoring this armoured van they found in the subway. We got some lore for this van last issue. It was used in a robbery back in the 1970s. I don't know where any of the stories are going in this book. I understand these are nearly 25-year-old comics, but it feels not in the spirit of enjoying a comic to look up the plot. I am thinking, and I don't think it will go that way, but I'm seeing this and thinking it might possibly be a grittier, more grounded take on the party wagon, the Turtles' party wagon, from the 87 cartoon, the Fred Wolf Show, the party wagon. I don't think it will be that, but don't post spoilers either. In the truck, they found some money and some very decomposed bodies. And they haven't landed on what they are going to do about those two things yet. The money or the dead bodies. They are more keen on salvaging this vehicle. Then they get it started, and, well, that is most of our turtle and van stuff for this issue. And that was what they put on the cover. US Air Defense Headquarters. And we are finally picking up on the bits on the moon. They have learnt of the liftoff, the ship that took off from the moon. In the last two issues, the Utrom, the aliens from Turtles comics, we saw the Utrom began building stuff on the moon. And last issue ended with whatever they built taken off like a ship. And those bits with the Utrom on the moon, they have felt very disconnected from everything else going on. But now, we seem to bring it more to the centre of the comic. And our other plot line, these are also distant to each other. You have Michelangelo, and he is in a secret hospital for the superpowered and the mutants. It's not worth explaining that too much because he is checking out here. We are done with the hospital. And we have another super person with wings called Raptor. He is apparently in the 2003 animated series, but that is the one I have not seen, so I have nothing else to say. I don't think he was in the 2012 one, but I might be wrong. I don't think I've seen every episode of that. We learn that there is more than one Utrom craft. There is like a fleet, and they are all heading towards Earth. So maybe we are looking at an Utrom invasion. I know we also saw them in the last 2 issues, but there is something about the odd Utrom design that gets me. It's such a dorky looking robot. I like it. And then our last stray storyline is Master Splinter at the farm, and he is there with Shada Jones. Here she is on a motorbicycle. Burp. That is what sound a motorbicycle makes, apparently. Burp. There was some stuff going on with her and her boyfriend. She didn't want him to meet her mysterious grandfather, Splinter. And so she was sort of keeping her boyfriend at an arm's length. And we continue that here. We have Shada internalise her thoughts about whether or not she should introduce a fella to Splinter. And then Shada and Splinter react to the news on the TV of the unidentified flying objects that are coming to Earth. Michelangelo and Raptor, they were caught on camera and mistaken for aliens, which has led to the Mad Atten Militia arming up and firing their guns into the sky. That is pretty funny. The idea of them just firing arbitrarily at the sky. The Mad Atten Militia were the gang that the Turtles were fighting in the first issue of this series. They have a name that contains 2 different puns. My nemesis would truly be envious. Back with the Van Boys, the Van Bros, Raphael, Donatello and Casey Jones. They are taking it for a spin, and then they get it out of the subway where they found it. They drive it up the steps. The Air Force fighter jets meet the advancing alien craft, and they fire on it. But the alien ship has a perimeter shield protecting it from the fired missiles. We have a big one and a bunch of little ones, the alien ships. And then Here is April O'Neil. We've not seen much of her at all in TMNT journeys so far. She ends up in New York right at the moment when our aliens, the Utrom, descend from the skies. Then we start doing some scale work. We show how big the ship actually is. And we see in detail it landing, the ship landing into the ocean. And then it anchors itself to the sea floor. It seems that the Utrom, they are not planning on leaving anytime soon. To be continued. Issue 4's cover there. That's the Fugitoid, right? I nearly made that mistake in issue 1 with another robot, but I think that is the Fugitoid. And then we have, there is our Virgin cover for this issue, and a really great variant cover by Eric Talbot with Mikey and Raptor. I really appreciate how IDW display their cover artworks at the back. When I have been looking at Obsolete Wonder Woman, every issue I've gone in wanting to show variant covers. That series has tons of variant covers each month. And I don't show them because often I cannot find high quality images of all of them. I sometimes cannot even find images full stop for some of the variants. So I wish DC would adopt a gallery at the back of issues showing full page cover art for the issue, like this. I don't want thumbnails. I don't want 4 thumbnails per page. I want a page devoted to each piece of art. If you've paid an artist to do art, well, a lot of people will never get a chance to even see it. IDW do it with the other Turtles book I get too, the Saturday Morning Adventures. They have the same gallery at the back. Sonic too. Most of the Sonics I got had them. Anyway, this was issue 3, and it is another slow one. This series is moving at a pace where I would happily throw around the word slow to describe it. I don't feel like the characters have accomplished much in 3 issues. They found a van, and one hung around a hospital. With the Utrom landing on Earth, I can imagine things are going to pick up some speed next issue. So I've got it in my mind to give this 7 thumbs up.